Welcome to the Wild Nature Channel. In a quiet spot by the lake lives a bird with snow-white feathers and a kind heart. This is the goose. She carefully looks after her babies, can fly high in the sky, and even befriends people. Moreover, geese have their own language and never abandon each other in times of trouble. Want to discover all their secrets? Then get comfortable, and let's embark together on a world of adventure. Geese have quite a large family in the bird world. Their closest relatives are ducks and swans. These birds were first domesticated by the ancient Egyptians about 4,000 years ago. Geese live in many parts of the world, especially in Europe, Asia, and North America. Wild geese mostly nest in the north in tundra forests and steppes, and migrate south in winter, where it's warmer. In Ukraine, wild geese nest in northern and eastern regions, often near rivers, lakes, and swamps. In spring and autumn, they migrate across the country to warmer areas. They mostly spend winter in southern Ukraine. The domestic type of these birds arrived in Ukraine about 4 centuries ago, brought by merchants from the German principalities. Today, they live in almost all regions. They are bred on farms and in villages, usually near water bodies. There are about 30 species of geese in the world. Wild species: Greylag goose, the ancestor of most domestic geese, found in Europe and Asia. Snow goose, known for massive migrations, lives in North America. Bean goose, medium-sized goose with dark feathers and an orange beak, inhabits northern Eurasia. Canada goose, very recognizable in America, often found in cities. Barnacle goose, similar to the Canada goose but smaller, lives in the Arctic and winters in Europe. Red-breasted goose, a very colorful goose and a rare species, lives in Siberia, winters in Ukraine. Domestic geese are not a separate species, but domesticated forms of the greylag goose. Domestic greylag goose, the most common in farming, large-bodied with gray or white feathers. Italian white goose, large, white-feathered, known for high meat productivity. Toulouse, goose, massive, with a large breast and a distinctive dewlap under the beak. Bred in France, produces much fat used for foie gras. Chinese goose, recognizable by the knob on its beak. Slender, active, loud, and lays more eggs than others. Geese have strong, elongated bodies, perfectly adapted for life, both on water and land. Their long, flexible necks help them easily reach plants in water or on shore. They have medium-sized heads with flat, broad beaks. The beak is a true tool for gathering food. Geese can pull up grass, algae, and even small invertebrates. It has tooth-like ridges that help hold on to food. Geese have sharp eyesight and can see colors better than humans. Their wings are large and powerful, enabling them to travel long distances during migrations. Their legs are short but have strong webbing, making them excellent swimmers and allowing them to walk easily on soft, marshy ground. Interestingly, geese have a special gland near the tail that produces oil. They use it to coat their feathers and keep them waterproof. This is very important for birds that spend much time in water. Their plumage is dense and thick, protecting them from cold and water. Feather color is often gray, white-brown, or mixed depending on the species. Some wild geese have bright white or black patches that help them recognize one another within the flock. Wild geese usually molt once a year, in summer, after raising their young. During molting, they lose their ability to fly because they shed many large flight feathers at once. At this time, geese hide in safe places near swamps, lakes, or in thick vegetation to avoid predators. Domestic geese also molt once a year, usually in summer or early autumn. During this period, they become calmer and move less. They need good nutrition, as their bodies use lots of energy to regenerate feathers. People sometimes collect the fallen feathers to use for pillows or blankets. Geese typically live in groups because it's safer and makes finding food easier. A flock has its own rules. Stronger birds lead, and others follow. All birds help protect the young. They loudly honk together to warn of danger and drive predators away. Geese communicate with each other using various sounds and movements to avoid getting lost and to coordinate flight. They have about 10 different vocalizations to express emotions such as fear, joy, warning, or calling. Such social behavior helps them survive and cover long distances. During flight, Wild geese form a V-shaped formation, which reduces air resistance and helps save energy. A flock of geese can fly as high as 8 kilometers. The official record is slightly over 10 kilometers. At such altitude, a human cannot breathe without an oxygen mask and would lose consciousness due to low pressure. Domestic geese hardly fly at all. They're heavy, have weaker wings, and simply don't need to fly. Their food is provided, and they don't migrate. Sometimes people even trim their feathers to prevent them from escaping, so they can only make short jumps or fly a few meters. Wild geese breed in spring when the weather warms up. They usually form lifelong pairs. Male and female stay together for many years, sometimes their entire lives. The female builds a nest from grass down and other soft materials, usually close to water. She lays between 4 and 12 eggs. She incubates the eggs for around 28-30 days, while the male guards the territory and chases away enemies. Protecting its nest, a gander can even injure a human. When goslings hatch, they're already covered in down and have good eyesight. The chicks can walk and swim just a few hours after hatching. Almost immediately, they follow their parents, who show them where to find food and how to stay safe. Geese are very caring. Both parents protect the chicks and guide them until they are fully grown. In domestic farming, geese are bred in spring when it's warm. The goose lays eggs in a cozy nest. It could be a box crate or a special place in a shed. Usually, there are 10-15 eggs in a nest. If the goose doesn't want to brood, or if the owner has many eggs, the eggs might be placed in an incubator or under another bird like a turkey. For successful breeding, it's important that geese have warmth, a clean space, and enough food and water. It's also useful to keep the right ratio of ganders to geese, usually one male for every 3-5 females. Wild geese mainly eat plant food, grass leaves, grains, roots, and in fields leftover corn wheat or other crops. In water bodies, they may eat algae and small aquatic creatures. They eat a lot, especially before migrations, to build up strength. Domestic geese also feed mostly on plant matter. They love fresh grass, leaves, clover, and also eat vegetables like beets, carrots, and cabbage. They're given grains like wheat, corn, and barley. They also eat boiled potatoes, compound feed, and chopped hay, especially in winter. If they have access to a water body, they might eat algae and small insects in the water. The average lifespan of domestic geese is 15-20 years, sometimes even up to 25 years with good care. Wild geese live 10-15 years in the wild, often less due to predators, disease, or harsh conditions. That's all for today, friends. Now you know that a goose is not just a honking bird, but a clever, brave, and caring mother, an amazing traveler, and a loyal companion. Let's respect and protect these wonderful birds, both domestic and wild. See you next time in the world of wild nature. Don't forget to like and subscribe so you won't miss new adventures from the animal world.